Welcome to the OC Sports Arena. Today we are just going to talk about the UEFA Champions League draw. It is here and we are going to start with Pot 1. Pot 1 has started this way. PSG, look at the opponents that PSG are going to face. PSG has the most difficult opponents. One is Bayern Munich, and then they'll go away and face Barcelona, face Atlanta, face Bayern Leverkusen, face Tottenham, face Sporting CP, face Newcastle, and then face Atletico Bilbao, which is going to be very, very difficult for them. I think they are having the most difficult opponents to play in this UEFA Champions League group stages phases. But let's go again. These are the opponents of Real Madrid. They will face Manchester City. I don't know why FIFA is doing this, but every year we see Real Madrid, Manchester City. So let's see. So they will face Manchester City, and Trent Alexander-Arnold will be traveling again to go to face what? Liverpool at Anfield. And Real Madrid will facing Liverpool, facing Juventus, facing Benfica, Marseille, Olympiacos, Monaco, and then a team that just qualified for the first time, Kairat Almaty, and they're going to face them too. And I think this is going to be another interesting match to watch for Real Madrid. I think they have also some difficult opponents like Manchester City, Liverpool, Juventus, Benfica. But let's see how things goes on. And these are the opponents of Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich will face on Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, Club Brugge, Arsenal, Sporting CP, PSV, Union SG, and then Pafos. And I think Bayern Munich are also going to get an edge here, but it's going to be very, very difficult for them. This Champions League this year is going to be very, very quite interesting. But let's go. These are the opponents of Liverpool Football Club. Liverpool will face Real Madrid, at Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, Frankfurt, PSV from Netherlands, Marseille, and then Oragbac, and then Galatasaray. And these are going to be their opponents. And Inter Milan also opponent. These are Inter Milan opponents: Liverpool, Borussia Dortmund, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Slavia Prague, Ajax, Kairat Almaty, and then Union SG. These are also what Inter Milan's opponent. These are Chelsea opponents who are crying for Barcelona, and then they are voting Barcelona. They play Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Benfica, Atlanta, Ajax, Napoli, Pafos, and then Qarabag. And I think they are going to also get some tough matches in their group, because about 6 teams here are also tough. Napoli, Atlanta, Benfica, Bayern Munich, and then Barcelona are going to be tough for them, for Chelsea. So let's look at Borussia Dortmund opponents. Borussia Dortmund will face on Inter Milan, Manchester City, Villarreal, Juventus, Bordeaux, Tottenham Hotspur, and then Atletico Club, and then Copenhagen. They are going to also face some difficult opponents. And this is the interesting part: Barcelona opponent, which everybody was praying and crying for last season. Barcelona versus PSG, Barcelona versus Chelsea. So we are here. Chelsea said they will break the highland of Barcelona, but let's see how things will end. These are Barcelona opponents: Paris Saint-Germain, Chelsea, Frankfurt, Club Brugge, Olympiacos, Slavia Praha, Copenhagen, and then Newcastle. And the most interesting part is that UEFA has made it that the first 2 matches of Barcelona is going to be against PSG first and then Chelsea second. So this is going to be very quite interesting. So the first and second match for Barcelona is going to carry a huge lot of fans into the stadium and then around the world, because people have been praying for this week in, week out. So that is Pot 1. Let's go to Pot 2 and see the opponents that are going to also some teams and are going to face their opponent. In Pot 2, Arsenal is first. Arsenal opponents are Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, Club Brugge, Olympiacos, Slavia Praha, Kairat Almaty, and then Atletico Bilbao. It's going to be very, very interesting. But with Arsenal's strong defense and their good attack, if Bukayo Saka recovered fast from his injury and he's back with the team, I think Arsenal have the edge to qualify out of this group stage. They should be part of the top 8 to qualify, because every match, every goal, every point matters in these group stages, because the top 8 will not go playoffs. But from the 9th position to the around maybe 60th to 20th will go for playoffs. So it's going to be very difficult. Every goal, like I said, every goal count, every point count, every tackle count. So it's going to be very, very important. Bayer Leverkusen opponent: Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester City, Villarreal, Benfica, PSV, Olympiacos, Newcastle, and Copenhagen. Another interesting for Bayer Leverkusen. But with Erik ten Hag, will they be able to qualify for the group stage, out of the group stages, or even the playoffs? But let's see what happens. These are Atletico Madrid opponent: Inter Milan, Liverpool, Frankfurt, Arsenal, Bordeaux Ghent, and PSV, Union SC, and then Galatasaray. It is another good opponent. I think the big teams are getting their right opponent. They should go in box with them. It is very good. Let's go to Port 3. Port 3, Tottenham is on top. So this Tottenham opponent, Borussia Dortmund, Paris Saint-Germain, Villarreal. This is where Kudus and then Thomas Partey will face Ghanaian internationals. Frankfurt, Slavia Praha, Bordeaux, Copenhagen, and then Monaco. Another difficult group for Tottenham Hotspur, but I'm rooting for them to be able to qualify. Now the last spot, which is spot 4, we are having Copenhagen on top. The opponents will be Dortmund, Barcelona, Bayern Leverkusen, Villarreal, Napoli, Tottenham Hotspur, Kairat, and then Komarbach. Atletico Bilbao will be facing Paris Saint-Germain, Borussia Dortmund, Arsenal, Atlanta, Sporting City, Slavia Praha, Komarbach, and then Newcastle. Newcastle will be facing Barcelona, PSG, Benfica, Bayer Leverkusen, PSG, Marseille, Atlantic Club, and then Union SC. Another very difficult game for Newcastle. I think, but they should win this game. This are the opponents of every team in this UEFA Champions League from Port 1, Port 2, Port 3, and up to Port 4. So, who are going to make it to the top 8? Who are going to make it to the playoffs? And who are going to be eliminated right from the group stages? And who are going to make it to the round of 16? And who eventually is going to win this year's UEFA Champions League? Let me know your thoughts about these matches in the comment section. But it's going to be very difficult. Is it either Barca, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Manchester City, any other team? Whoever you predict as the winner of the 2025-2026 UEFA Champions League winner. So let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section. But this year Champions League is going to be very, very wild, and I like this new format because it's going to expose some certain teams. Like I said, every win, every goal, every point matters in the group stages. So let me know your thoughts about this UEFA Champions League. All right, stay safe.